Hello YouTubers! Well, as you can see, I got another cassette deck. This was found together with the JVC KDV-100 at the dump. And this is a Telefunken TC 400 hi-fi. This cassette deck is in a really good shape. I just had to clean off some dust and it's looking almost perfectly now. The heads really need cleaning, because those are really dirty, but that won't be a problem. Now, I haven't tried out this unit yet, so that's what we are going to do now. It even has a light in the cassette compartment. So now let's go and try it out. I have here my cassette again, and there is eject. And we'll start with fast forward. Okay, stopped again. Now let's see what's causing that. Okay, I guess this cassette deck needs new belts. Also, the counter isn't turning, of course. Rewind. Has the same problem. Play. Oh, play works. Yep, counter works as well. There it goes. So, now let's take a look inside and find out which belts need replacing. As you can see, the backside of this cassette deck has a really weird shape. I guess they did that because the receiver for this cassette deck, or the amplifier, was longer, and so that you could put the amplifier on top of the cassette deck. Really, it looks really weird, this back part. And as you can see, it only has this DIN jack as an input and output connection. And here we have the inside. And as you can see, the weird back part is really just because of other things standing on top of the unit, because you can see it makes no sense technically. I'm not sure if this was made in Germany or not. Maybe it was. This cassette deck is from the late 70s. And as you can see, it has a motor made by Sankyo, so that's definitively not made in Germany. Now, the fast forward and rewind problem is not caused by a bad belt. Nope. It's caused by this mechanism of these little gears here. You see, instead of using stupid idler wheels or belts, they used gears. I like that. And I think I found out what's going on in here. This little gear fell out of the mechanism, and so, well, motion is not transmitted to supply reel or take-up reel anymore. So I'll have to put this little gear back in its place. Another look inside the mechanism. I just took off the flywheel. I'll also replace the belt because the original one is pretty loose. And this is the place where the little gear is supposed to go. And there it is, back in its place. And I have no idea how this came off, because I put the gear back on there where it belongs, and oh, now I'm simply not able to get this out anymore. So I guess that's fixed. And the mechanism is back together now, so we can try out if it works. I was not able to replace the belt because I don't have a proper replacement at the moment, not the right size. So here we have our cassette. I'll put this thing up like this so that you can see it better. And let's start with fast forward. Oh, that works. Rewind. Works as well, but it doesn't seem to be that powerful. Play. Still works. Cue. Review. Not very powerful review. So, the mechanism works again. Unfortunately, the mechanism doesn't seem to be the only problem this cassette deck has, or had. If you press play, I have a tape in there that has something recorded on it, but the meters are not moving, and there is no sound in the headphones. So now I'll have to take a closer look at the electronics. And here we have the machine without its faceplate. I had to take off the faceplate because I wanted to check the connections of the head, but those were all fine. There is the faceplate. Now, the solution of the problem is much simpler than I thought. Yep, the record play switches are really oxidized. As you can see, it's playing again. And now the record player switches are clean again. The faceplate is back in its place. And I also started cleaning this machine a little bit. Now, isn't that amazing? The faceplate is almost 5 millimeters thick. That's high quality. Now, I still have to clean the really dirty heads. I want to hold the headphones up to the microphone because it sounds absolutely crazy, this thing. A lot of bass and absolutely no treble. Ha! Man oh man, what a difference a clean head makes. Yep, much louder. Sounds really good now. Haven't checked if that is a WMG song, so just a little bit of that. So now I can close the cassette deck again, and then we can hook it up to a stereo. I wanted to show you one last detail before I close this machine. This cassette deck was definitively assembled in Germany. You can see all those little labels here. They're saying, well, of course, the German names of the parts and model number. Then all those circuit boards here, which are separated from the actual circuit board. You can pull them out. For example, on that label it says Universal Amplifier. Here is a little integrated circuit. There's another one there. These two circuit boards contain the Dolby system. Also says down here Dolby circuitry. So really nice. And there is another label. Says amplifier circuit board. Well, I just noticed we already reached the 9 minutes, so let's take a quick look at the features, and I'll play some music for you in the next part. We have a pair of nice analog VO meters and 2 separate record level regulators. The cassette deck can play chrome, ferro and ferrochrome cassette tapes. It has a Dolby system, a nice counter, and 2 red indicator LEDs for Dolby and record. It has manual controls, record, play, rewind, fast forward, stop, and no, this is pause, and that is stop, /eject. It has two connections for headphones, one as a DIN jack and one the usual style. And an input for a stereo microphone. This is only a DIN jack. And last but not least, we have the power switch.